Real estate is wealth. Those that control the real estate control the world. And you will find that today. So I do not, most people invest in the stock market. I don't invest in the stock market. I also don't pay taxes. And I don't use my own money. Why? Real estate. So I'm not saying you should invest in real estate, but if you understand the word real estate from Espanol, real estate is real, royal estate. That's why the rich invest in real estate.
So I signed up, signed my name, sat down on the course. 3 days later, at the end of the course, he was a great instructor because he was a real estate investor. So he was just like my rich dad. He says, you don't need the money. So then the next thing he said at the end of the program, he says, when you leave this program, it's 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, he says, your education begins now. What you do at the end, as Kenny says, you get through the process of the 3 days and you start again. That's the process. So he says, at the end, when you end Monday morning, your job is to look at 100 properties. 100 properties in 90 days. Take everything I've taught you and look at 100 properties. That was the start. But there's 3 or 4 other guys and we stayed through it, and we went to real estate agents, went through the little files. It was really antiquated ways of MLS, multiple listing services. We were looking for little dinky deals, small deals, because that's all we could afford. We didn't have any money. I was desperate. This guy says, well, I got what you're looking for on the island of Maui. Now, most people think Maui is too expensive. How can that be? How can Maui be affordable? But that's your block. So I flew over to Maui. I found this little 1-bedroom, 1-bath condo right in Ka'anapali, the richest place on earth. Little 1-bedroom, 1-bath condo for $18,000. So holy mackerel.
The property was a little condominium, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, $18,000 US. It was on the beach of Maui. The reason the price was so low is the market had crashed. Smart investors always wait for the crash. I had to look at 100 properties once I left the class, 3-day class. I had to look at 100 properties in 90 days. As my instructor said to me when I left that 3-day class, I was 26 years old. And the instructor says, your education begins when you leave the class, as your education will begin when you leave this class. So with this here, the instructor said I had to buy the investment for zero money. Okay? Zero money. Most people will tell you, I can't invest because I don't have money. That's a loser. Please understand this. This was 1974. The dollar had just gone off the gold standard. Everything was coming up fast. So I had to figure out how to buy it for zero. And the reason I say that is most poor people, like Padre Pobre, always says, I can't afford it. I know some of you right now are saying, well, I can't afford it. I don't have time. I have children. I have a job. I have bills to pay. And it is those excuses that keep you poor. If you do not change that talk in your head, you'll always be the poor person. At the end of the 90 days and 100 properties, this was the best property. So I went back to the person, and it was in bankruptcy. It was right on the beach, just as pretty as this beach here. And he said I had to have $2,000 down. This is called equity. Again, it's the language of money. So I have equity. The bank was going to lend me $6,000 in debt. Now I had the $2,000 in cash, but the name of the game or the exercise was, could I buy it for zero? So what I did was I paid for this property with a credit card. So now it was 100% debt. With that 100% debt, I made $25,000 a month. Boom. I was a free human being. I never needed money again. If you can make money with no money, that is called an infinite return.